two powerhouse programs with more than a century of history between them. From small-town pride to national implications, the Cat-Grizz clash is more than just a game. It's a battle that divides the state. See how both teams are shaping up this season. Plus, they are elite, self-sustaining civil engineering units. More on the Air National Guard Red Horse Squadron and what they do just ahead.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Thank you for trusting MTN for your 530 News. I'm Hallie Schwannard in for Tim McGonigal. First this evening. It's considered one of the oldest rivalries in college football west of the Mississippi. It's when entire towns and families divide loyalties and pick a side, the Grizz Maroon or the Bobcat Blue and Gold. We have team coverage tonight as these two teams prepare to kick off their seasons. Kyle Hansen with an outlook on this year's Grizz season, but let's first start with Grace Lawrence with a closer look at the Cats.
The Bobcats had a historic season in 2024, going 15-0 before ultimately losing to North Dakota State in the FCS championship game. But this year, it's a new-look Montana State team, as stalwarts have graduated, like Tommy Malott and Brody Grebe. The cupboard isn't bare for Coach Brent Vegan, though. 10 starters returned for the Bobcats, including All-American Taco Daller and reigning Big Sky Freshman of the Year, Adam Jones. Transfer Justin Lampson was named the starting quarterback to close fall camp, and the California native looked comfortable in MSU's season-opening loss at FBS Oregon. The Cats were picked by both the coaches and the media in the preseason to win the Big Sky Conference and are currently ranked third in the FCS Top 25. Now they turn their attention to a schedule that features 11 FCS opponents between now and the Brawl of the Wilds in November.
That's great that we won the league last year and all that, but it really doesn't guarantee us anything. I think our guys understand that, and we're going to get everybody's best shot. And you just have to understand that, each and every week, no matter what you've maybe seen on film, no matter what the record is, that opponent's going to come after you, and we have to be ready to go.
I'll be on the sidelines for the game, which kicks off at 6 p.m. on your local Scripps Sports Station. I'm Grace Lawrence here in Bozeman. Now over to Kyle Hansen in Missoula.
Greetings, everyone, from Washington Grizzlies Stadium. And the Montana Grizzlies made the FCS National Championship game in 2023 after a run to the Big Sky Conference title. So naturally, fans felt disappointed in 2024 after stumbling to a 9-5 record and second-round playoff exit. But despite that, expectations remain high for the Grizzlies in 2025. Montana was picked to finish second in the Big Sky preseason media poll and third in the coaches poll. Gone is do-all talent Junior Bergen and other staples like Keelan White, Trevin Gradney, Nick Osmo, Ryder Meyer, and more. But the Grizz have seemingly reloaded with a bevy of new transfers expected to contribute right away, as well as some up-and-comers who will finally see their number called. Running back Eli Gilman has racked up nearly every preseason accolade in the book, as the sky is the limit for him, as has Michael Wortham Jr., an All-American transfer from Eastern Washington. Keali'i Ayat has been given the keys to the Grizz offense as the starting quarterback. So behind them, and a defense featuring almost an entirely new cast of characters. The unknown is about to be known here with kickoff in just 24 hours.
From recruiting and then player development standpoints, we're always trying to develop depth. That remains to be seen. We've been 9 months playing against ourselves. We'll have a scoreboard on Saturday, and we'll kind of see where that sits.
Thank you for joining us here at Washington Grizzlies Stadium. I'm Kyle Hansen with MTN Sports. Back to you.
These games are concurrent on Saturday. Central Washington at Montana can be found on the Spot MTN. That's your .2 channel. That's the over-the-air channel 3.2. South Dakota State at Montana State can be seen right here. Again, these games are at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. And with these games kicking off this weekend, the weather is looking good. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Ryan Dennis now for a first check of our forecast. Ryan.
It was a chilly start to our Friday, and for a lot of locations in north central Montana, this was the coldest morning that we have had since the beginning of June. Harlem had a low temperature of 29 degrees. Rocky Boy bottomed out at 30 degrees. Lewistown and Malta both got down to the freezing mark this morning. Big Sandy, Chinook, Galata, Opine, and Seco had a low temperature of 33 degrees. Cutbank as well as Geyser and Kevin had a low of 34 degrees. Chester, Lincoln, and Havre bottomed out at 35 degrees. Browning, Loma, and White Sulphur Springs had a low of 36 degrees. And then Clancy and Great Falls both had a low temperature of 37 degrees this morning. Newland Creek, which is in Marr County, about 13 miles north of White Sulphur Springs, was the coldest location in Montana this morning and the coldest location in the lower 48. They had a low temperature of 25 degrees, so it was a cold start to Friday there. Temperatures right now are in the mid to upper 60s and low to mid 70s, so it does feel great outside. We also had a lot of sunshine today, but just like the past several days, we have been dealing with a lot of haze. And I'll have a full look at your weekend forecast in a few minutes.
The Montana Air National Guard Red Horse squads represent a unique high-readiness civil engineer capability. They're ready to respond anywhere from combat zones to domestic emergencies. As MTN's Maddie Collar explains, one of the largest groups of grads is now home and ready to get to work.
For a few of these airmen, training was about more than the job. It was about the bond they built, one that carried them through the long days of training in Missouri and now back to their home station with the 219th Red Horse Squadron in the Montana Air National Guard.
If I ever needed help with anything, or if they ever needed help with anything, it's like we always kind of had like somebody to go to and help us. Like we all have like a certain type of bond.
Together, they represent some of the newest generation of Red Horse graduates, and their teamwork is already shining through.
All of the graduates that came to us are very eager. They're wanting to learn, they're wanting to work, they're go-getters. They've always got a smile on their face. I never hear them complain about anything.
Red Horse stands for Rapid Engineer Deployable Heavy Operational Repair Squadron Engineers. They're the Air Force's construction specialists, trained to build runways, repair infrastructure, and rapidly respond to the mission wherever it takes them.
As a state, respond to natural disasters, things of that nature that would happen in Montana or even in other countries or other states.
Created during the Vietnam War, Red Horse teams are designed to move fast and work in any condition, whether it's abroad or missions right here in Montana.
We're a huge family here. That's probably the biggest takeaway from us being here in Red Horse is we like to take care of each and every one of us.
For this team, their first mission was leaning into one another and building a foundation they say makes them stronger as airmen and as friends.
When you're close to the people you're working with, you don't want them to pick up any slack, so everyone's working harder.
For this group, graduation may be behind them, but their mission is just beginning. At Malmstrom Air Force Base, I'm Madison Collier, MTN News.
I'm Kate McEwen with MTN News, and coming up, we'll talk to Chief Jeremy Jones about his transition into a new role within the city.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching the MTN 530 News.
It's a legal, unregulated substance here in Montana. Kratom is widely available, yet the FDA is becoming increasingly concerned about its addiction potential and health dangers. MTN's Quentin Shores spoke with one mother who lost her son as a result.
Looks can be deceiving. When shopping for groceries and getting simple items such as vitamin supplements or seltzer drinks, you may unknowingly be consuming a deadly substance. Now, these props are obviously safe, but you can never be too sure when your life is on the line.
Well, my son died September 12th, 2024 of kratom and stuff, and for he was a long-term user, and he felt it was safe. He believed how it was marketed as safe as coffee is what he said.
Ben McCann, an operations manager at a beverage company, had psoriatic arthritis. He wasn't a fan of taking pills, so he researched natural methods and came across the substance known as kratom. He took it with tea, and it eased his symptoms over 7 years. Within that time, he never showed up late to work, until one day, he didn't show.
So they called the police, and they found my son on the couch dead. He was sitting there. He had his laptop on, and he was gone.
The coroner reported that they found kratom powder in his apartment, not aspirin, not any other substance. Initially, they thought it was a heart attack, but would later confirm it was acute metragenine intoxication. Metragenine is a portion of the kratom leaf.
What metragenine is converted in your body to is 7-OH. That's why when people are using kratom, they're getting addicted to it because their body is converting it into a substance, 7-OH, which is 10 to 13 times more powerful than morphine.
7-OH, or hydroxymetragenine, is an opioid-like chemical found naturally in kratom. Researchers have concentrated the potency of this to get people that high feeling and relieve illness symptoms. Sadly, most users are unaware that kratom comes with its own list of symptoms.
People think there's going to be no withdrawals and they can just get off of another drug and use it and quickly get off of it, but they get stuck on it because it also has its own withdrawals as well.
As of now, the FDA, DEA, and NIH warn consumers against using the substance. Scientists claim that frighteningly little is known about the substance, and self-medication could result in tragedy.
And we need to have it with medical professionals that are qualified to deal with these issues.
Unfortunately, when you take something that's not FDA approved, like a dietary supplement, then you're really gambling with your life. You're the test subject.
In Great Falls, I'm Quentin Shores, MTN News.
Almost 30 years with the Great Falls Fire Rescue, the city's fire chief is turning the page, though not stepping away from service. MTN's Kate McEwen spoke with Jeremy Jones as he reflects on his career and prepares for his next chapter as deputy city manager.
After decades with Great Falls Fire Rescue, Chief Jeremy Jones decided it was time for a change and is now stepping into a new role within city leadership.
5 years ago, when I was appointed fire chief, I would have said I've kind of hit the culmination of a wonderful career. But that experience, it just opened a door that kind of ignited a passion.
For nearly 30 years, Jeremy Jones has been a part of Great Falls Fire Rescue, the past 5 years leading the department through emergencies large and small as fire chief.
I've been with Great Falls Fire Rescue for just completed 27 years now.
Now he's stepping into a new role, helping lead the city he's called home his entire career.
It's exciting to take a different path and a different focus and still be able to provide services to the community, that I was raised in and truly love.
Jones was recently named Deputy City Manager, where he'll oversee city departments, projects, and initiatives, helping guide the city under the direction of City Manager Greg Doyen.
I know Jeremy's work ethic because I've worked with him for a while. He has a deep commitment to the community, and he has focused on developing his leadership skill set beyond just the fire service in the community as well.
The transition also means new leadership ahead for the fire department as the city works to fill his position.
We'll quickly move into a recruitment mode. We'll probably embark on that here in the next couple of weeks. We want to make sure that we're ready to recruit in the right way to get the right person for that position as well.
But as Jones prepares to step away from the fire station and into city leadership, his focus remains the same.
There's a vibe happening in our community. We're seeing growth and we're seeing change that is new to a lot of us, especially us that were born and raised in this community. It's just a super exciting time to be a part of that, to have a little bit different focus, to be connected in, and hopefully be able to provide some guidance pertaining to that.
Jones is expected to fully transition to his new role as Deputy City Manager in 30 to 45 days. In Great Falls, Kate McEwen, MTN News.
A fun event taking place this weekend, the annual Chokecherry Festival in Lewistown. Chokecherry Eve Bash is happening tonight at 7 p.m., but tomorrow is jam-packed with events. Starting bright and early at 7 a.m. with breakfast, there's a culinary contest, classic car show, a fun run, and of course, plenty of sampling. You name it, there's fun for the whole family. And it lasts all day from 7 to 5 p.m. It doesn't even end there. From 5 to 8, you can head over to Creekside Park for trails and ales. Another fun event tonight, hosted by Outlaw Women's Saloon in Augusta. 3 contestants are taking on the chef. These cooks will be given a mystery ingredient to work with, and yours truly was lucky enough to be chosen as a celebrity tasting judge. These cooks will get 25 minutes to prepare their dish. Then I, along with 2 other judges, will do the honors of taste testing each. You can join us as well. That kicks off at 6 p.m. at the Outlaw Women's Saloon.